Hello YouTube, it's Regilicious back with another quick video here in YouTube land, and this week we're going to talk about how I'm going to fix some shit. Yes, that's going to be the title of this one, fix some shit. And what I'd like to fix, if my lovely cat Minka will let me and doesn't take down the tripod as she's now threatening to do, I'd like to fix the situation with college football and college sports in general, because, oh, here she comes, because one of the great things that the NCAA thinks it's doing right now is letting athletes profit off their own likeness, especially in college football and college basketball, which would seem to be an obvious way to kind of, get around the ruse of amateur status in pro sports. College sports, but it really is pro sports. Because here's the deal. For decades now, the NCAA has been profiting off the notion that all these wonderful college athletes go to school, they're actually students, that's quotes, they go to class, they earn a degree, their compensation is their education, which is paid for by the university, and then they go off and become these wonderful citizens in pro sports, all of which is complete BS. Coaches get these massive shoe deals and athletic contracts, universities make hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. The NCAA makes billions of dollars from their television contracts. And all along, the athletes who, trust me, I'm not saying that they're like poor me, feel so sorry for the stud college football quarterback of your favorite team. But it does seem kind of ludicrous in this day and age when all this money is floating around and you're supposed to get paid for the work that you do, that they're just supposed to go out there and play for the pride of their university and deal with the scraps that are left over. When you're in college, I think you remember, if you've been to college, it's not that different for the athlete than it is from the typical student. You're scraping together trying to save money for meals. You have a meal plan, obviously, in your dorm or your dining hall or whatever, but it's hard to rub two nickels together, so to speak. You're just kind of going along and you're trying to make sure that you have enough money for books and tuition, your room and board, and you're not allowed to really do anything other than go to class, or in the case of somebody who's playing college football, I guess, go to practice. Something that you do many hours a week and don't get paid for either. And then you're supposed to find time to study and go to class and earn a degree. Now, I get that a lot of college football players, college basketball players, especially with the one and done, don't take this all that seriously. And they really, listen, if you're really, really good and you're going to make millions and millions of dollars in your athletic career, which is a very small percentage, less than 1% of anybody who plays at that position is lucky enough to even get a scholarship, is going to be good enough to make a living in the NFL or the NBA. But, if you are one of those lucky few, I'm not going to give you a hard time if you don't go to class and you don't take that stuff seriously. And you can even earn your degree if it's important to you to do so later on after your career is over. But for most of the kids who are doing this, they need to have a little bit bigger piece of the pie, because it's a little bit disingenuous and a whole lot dishonest and very, very wrong to think of the money that a coach can make, can move from school to school, get continually paid out on their contract, make millions of dollars, and yet the athletes themselves, they don't get squat. So how are we going to fix this? Simple. Instead of just having people basically do like a YouTube work study job where they go on TikTok or they do endorsements on Instagram, and that's how they're supposed to make money off their likeness and their efforts, the institution of college sports needs to fundamentally and radically change. Step one, it should be a situation where colleges contract with basketball, football teams especially, and treat them as semi-pro, semi-autonomous entities that they can contribute to, but that themselves are not strictly affiliated with the university. And what this would do is it would allow, especially at the FBS level in college football or the top level of college basketball, this is the main thing I'm talking about. It will allow this fiction that you have to be a student athlete to be completely done away with. It would give everyone who's actually on the team and a contributing member of the roster a chance to actually get paid a little bit more money than what they're currently getting now. And it would also still be a good marketing thing for the universities without the universities themselves having to police every single aspect of it. Now, I might develop this in a further vlog, maybe put some graphs up and give you an idea of what I'm thinking. But imagine if, say, like here I'm in Denver, it's at the University of Colorado Buffaloes. They have football, basketball, they have the whole slate of college athletic teams in the Pac-12, right? What if, say, the football team represented the university, but was made up of independent contractors who were paid through a special corporation that worked both with the NCAA and the television networks? They were paid a relatively minimal amount, but more than they are able to get now just doing stuff on social media. They did not have to go to school, but they have that option if they want it. If they want to attend class, they want to earn a degree with the University of Colorado, they can declare that sometime in their first 2 years. But everybody else, it's sort of like a semi-pro league where you have a schedule. Everyone has a chance to market off their jersey, not just the quarterback, not just the top team on the top players on the team. And they could actually unionize if they wanted to, as Northwestern football wanted to do a few years ago, and collectively bargain for everybody to get a piece of the huge television contracts. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it seems like a better idea right now than like the quarterback out there on TikTok doing TikTok dances, or giving a shout out to Joe's Pizza, and everybody else has to just kind of figure out what they're going to do and have the same kind of problems that were in place long before the NCAA changed their rules about it. There's a lot of money at stake here, and I get that they don't want to be, the NCAA does not want to be considered an organization that is antitrust or anti-free trade, but I don't know. The world we live in right now, it just seems like we need a lot more honesty. We need more honesty in how we deal with the vaccines and COVID. We need more honesty in politics. We need more honesty in the military. We need more honesty in big business. And we need more honesty in sports, because as we move into the 21st century, the same old, it's just not going to get it done. Well, that's my rant. Hope it made some sense. Like I said, maybe I'll develop this more in a further video. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Go ahead, send them in the comments. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Yay for the cat not taking down the tripod. Minka says hello, by the way. And until next time, remember, if you're on a Zoom call, always wear pants. Peace.